The lesson this morning is titled Create Boundaries or Have Boundaries. This is so important for our campaign for holiness. What are boundaries? Creating a boundary is deciding what you will or won't allow from yourself and from others. What you will or won't allow from yourself and from others. Boundaries are demarcations to determine where a thing starts from and where a thing must end. Boundaries determine what can be done and what cannot be done. And anyone who does not have boundaries in their lives will not do well in life. God works with boundaries. And that is why God was careful to let the people know what He would have them to do and what He wouldn't have them to do. That is the essence of the law. The law was their boundary of life. Do this and don't do that. Do this and don't do that. And as much as God can, He gave the law to them in details, because boundaries must be detailed. Imagine that God did not give the people the law, the boundaries. They would have done things anyhow. They wouldn't have cared, and they would have felt justified by doing things anyhow. Who cares? But no, God is a God who operates with boundaries, demarcations, do's and don'ts. Creating boundaries for yourself in your relationship, in your friendship, is where self-discipline starts. Without a boundary, without a fence, without a demarcation, guess what? Everyone just walks in, does anything that they want, and then they walk out. Why? Because you did not place any notice of a boundary. You did not say anything. And that is one of the main reasons why people find themselves in the cycle of indiscriminate sexual activities. From one relationship, it happens, the relationship ends. Another one starts, the same thing happens, it ends. Another one starts, and it's a whole mess of itself. Boundaries, the power of self-discipline. The power of self-discipline is in the boundaries created. Let me ask you a question. What are the self-disciplines you have imposed on yourself? Are you a self-disciplined person? What are some of the disciplines you have imposed on yourself? Actually, you must have already had in your heart and in your mind, and maybe written down, things that you yourself you will do and things you will not do. Those are boundaries. Those are boundaries. Go to anywhere, any place which is well structured. You will find boundaries. Enter this place. Don't enter this place. Do this and don't do that. And if we would have our lives well structured and set on the trajectory of success in our Christian walk, then we must have boundaries. Once I'm not married with someone, I don't move in to live with the person. That is my boundary. And so even if you walk into a relationship and you have such a boundary, don't have the boundary in your mind. You should communicate your boundary. Let the other person know that this is my value, this is what I stand for. You don't move in to live with the person. That is my boundary. Aside that, you can let the person know that I have touch boundaries. You cannot be touching me as sensitive parts once we are not married. You see, let the person know. Determine those boundaries by yourself and let the person know. Because When you allow compromising situations to happen, you continue in that cycle. But I teach you a sure way. Have the boundaries, not only to yourself, but then if you can discuss it with whoever you say you are in a relationship with, you must discuss it and let the person understand. How can a godly boyfriend be sending pornography to a lady? A lady who he is vowing to marry and to create a godly home. Don't entertain those things. And if you see anything that is going beyond your boundaries, don't keep quiet. Spell it out and let it be clear that this contradicts, this confronts my values. Have conversational boundaries. What if I touch you? What if I do this? What if we were doing this? Unnecessary conversations. Hear me, you have to purpose your relationship. A guy keeps beating a lady, slapping her in front of his friends, and the lady says, I love him, I love him, I love him, and therefore she chooses to be in a relationship. Why are you still in a relationship? He is the first guy I've ever known, and therefore I feel so attached to him. All those things do not count. You can have a young lady who is already a third wife in a relationship, already a third wife. She has to accept that the guy also has other girlfriends, already a third wife. No, you must know the exit lines. And this does not only apply to ladies. Even a guy, you must know your exit line in a relationship. And be wise. Wisdom is more than emotions. It is far more than emotions. If you fail to purpose your relationships, why the relationship? Then indeed anything can just happen. How is it that a guy will force you to bed, or he has served you with an aphrodisiac and had you in bed, and later came to apologize and apologize and apologize? Literally, the guy has raped you, and you keep saying, I love him, I love him, I love him, and you are in the relationship. You are being messed up in the relationship. Let me announce to you today, relationships are not marriage, and therefore relationships can be broken. Read the verse of the day, which is projected on your screen, and also do well to pray with the 10 minutes prayer companion, and the link is in the first comment of this video. Have a blessed day.